Hey everyone, it's Alex Giannetti, and it is another episode of the Pittsburgh Real Estate Show. Recently, I've been bringing to you interviews with industry professionals, talking to you about how you can save money, whether it be on insurance and or mortgage. Today, I'm going to be talking to you specifically about the real estate market in Pittsburgh and what it's going to look like after this shutdown is lifted. So I'm going to share my screen with you so that I can kind of show you a presentation that I prepared for you. And let me get this going. And so really want you to understand that, we all know what the housing market was prior to this. It was super hot. And if you had your home priced correctly and it was in good condition, it was not going to be on the market for long. It was going to be snatched up, especially if it were in the first time home buyer range. Anything under 250, it would have been gone in just a matter of days. Then we got shut down. So let's take a look at what that did to us. These are figures from January through April of 2019, only in Allegheny County. And that is so huge when you see the next slide. So these are brand new listings that hit the market. Then when you compare those numbers to same time period in 2020, brand new listings that hit the market, we were flat in the month of January. We saw a 19% increase in February, and myself included, super excited about the fact that 2020 was going to be an amazing year for real estate. We were already 20% higher than prior year. Then March hit, pandemic hits, we get shut down, listings drop by 25%. And then in the month of April, listings drop by 82%. That's huge, especially when you go to consider this is based on comparison to last year. It doesn't even take into consideration the fact that we were trending up 20% over prior year. Now, here's the deal. That was an artificially reduced figure in terms of inventory. This was not due to natural conditions. We saw about 2,500 less listings than we would have in the past 6 weeks. And so what do May and June look like? We don't know. But fewer homes are on the market right now than were a year ago by 2,500. And that's only in Allegheny County. Much, much more, thousands more when you look into Beaver and Butler, down into Washington County, et cetera. So what does that mean? It means buyers and sellers are like horses in the starting gate. They are ready to go. They're waiting for this thing to be lifted so they can get their homes on the market. Buyers want to get out there and buy. So what does that mean to you? It means that whether you're a buyer or a seller, you better be prepared. When this thing gets lifted, it is so important. If you're on the buying side, you better be pre-approved. If you are not pre-approved, call Rusty. I had him on last time. Watch that interview. He's amazing at what he does, but give him a call and get pre-approved. Now, if you're saying to yourself, hey, Alex, I've already been pre-approved. I was pre-approved back in February. I tell you, it's time to get re-approved. Why? Because everything has changed. Lending has tightened up. And all of a sudden now it's not as easy to get funding, to get approvals, and lenders are putting more restrictions before they just give money out. They're concerned about people's job loss and furloughs, et cetera. Sometimes the industry that you're in can make a difference. So make sure that you are prepared. Get reapproved if you have to. If you're on the selling side, it is so important that your home stands out from everybody else's home once this is lifted and you go back out on the market. So I'm a big proponent, those of you who know me, about staging your home. I'm not talking about bringing in furniture and doing a bunch of stuff that is fake. I'm talking about cleaning and organizing your home. I'm talking about moving the furniture around, your existing furniture in your home so that you can showcase your home's best features. And so in 2019, National Association of Realtors published this about home staging. They talked about how 40% of the buyers were positively affected when walking through a staged home. 83% of buyers were better able to visualize what they would look like in that home with their furniture, et cetera, because of how the home was showcased to them. The rooms that had the biggest impact for staging were the living room, the master, and the kitchen. 25% of buyers' agents reported that the offers that their clients made were increased over similar homes that were not staged. It makes a difference. 37% of those offers were up to 10% higher. That is so huge. And the biggest of all, and the most important reason is this right here, and that your home will be less on the market. It will not be as long on the market. 73% less time is what they found. So when we look at the actual figures from the West Penn Multi-List, last year in 2019, the average home sold in 39 days, and it sold for 94.1% of the asking price. To be honest with you, I don't think that's horrible. I think that's great. We had a great year in real estate. However, I've been doing this for a long time. I have been bringing in a professional organizer, professional stager, always using professional photography in all of my listings before they hit the market. And I do it at my cost. I don't expect my sellers to pay for it. So here are my numbers from 2019. My listings sold in an average of 10 days, and they sold for 103% of the asking price. Why does that happen? It happens because before people are even able to get out and see the home in person, the online presence of that home makes you say, wow, this house looks amazing. I can't wait to see it. And right there, it drives competition. They see that home, they see it's gorgeous, and the first thought is, wow, I'm not the only one who sees this as a gorgeous home. I know others are going to see that as well. So the psychology behind that is huge. The other thing is the perceived value. We better go see that home now. It's not going to last long. And some of the marketing that I do comes into play there as well. But also death by 1,000 cuts is why most homes don't sell. And what I'm going to tell you is it's not anything horrible, anything glaring. It's a million little things about the house, whether it's the paint color, the yard, disorganized, cluttered, it feels cramped, all these things that probably could be eased and improved with staging and organizing of a house. They don't do it. And so instead of saying, wow, when buyers walk through, they go, oh, and then they just don't get chosen. So here's some things you can do. I stole this from my designer stager, Colleen Solly with Roos Design. She's amazing. But look at the walking up to your home, that first impression. Look at all the dead foliage around the house, a new mat and some new foliage and a chair with a couple pillows on it. What a world of difference. You have to realize that when people are at your front door, we stay there for a few minutes trying to get in by unlocking the lockbox. This is the same house. And look at, by power washing the brick, painting the door, removing a battered storm door and putting in a new mat makes such a huge difference. Adding a little plant. These are little things that don't cost hardly any money and make a world of difference. Depersonalize your space. The desk on the left is actually pretty amazing. It's awesome. There's nothing really that changed. But the personal pictures came down, and now someone walking through your house can visualize themselves in that space and what they can do with those walls. Leave the canvas blank and leave them to picture themselves in that space. And then finally, the colors that you have are huge. Dining rooms and any room, for example, that is dark and dingy needs to be lightened up, and remove furniture so that you create more space. And so here you have less chairs around the table, and then you have lightened walls, and it makes a world of difference. So if you find yourself in a position where you're going to be buying and selling at the same time, that was a stressful situation before this pandemic and the shutdown, and now it is heightened. And so I just want to encourage you and tell you that you want to go ahead and get your house on the market as soon as possible. And then you want to go and start the buying process. Now, trust me in this when I tell you that I don't care whether it's a buyer's market or a seller's market, that the seller is always in charge. And here's what I mean. If you've got your house on the market and you just aren't seeing what you want from a buying standpoint and you receive an offer, there's nothing that says you have to accept that offer. Just say no. If they offer you an offer too low and you're not happy with it, say no. If they offer you a full price cash offer, will close in a week, but you don't want to be homeless, say no. It's okay. It's okay. Trust the process. Work with your realtor to do that. And so I just wanted to share that with you today. I've got my contact information for you. It's scrolling on the bottom of the screen throughout this as well. And I want to thank you for your time today. I look forward to bringing you more episodes of the Pittsburgh Real Estate Show next week with a great interview with another professional. Be safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you all in person here sometime soon. You guys have a phenomenal day.